The views and opinions expressed by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the hosts, the show, the management, and the network. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Motivationally, and of course this is really interesting. We are going to update you with skilled visa migration, and before that, for those who are new to my channel, I am Lee on Motivationally. For those who have just tuned in or are new to this channel, don't forget to share this to all your friends, and please don't forget to encourage them to click the red button. That's the subscribe button. Please click that button so that you'll be notified for all our new videos, not just on migration, but anything that would inspire you, motivate, and will create an impact in your lives, whatever your circumstances. That's the beauty of this Motivationally YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys, for dropping by. And today is very interesting and very exciting. Once again, we just go directly to our CEO of Way to Oz Migration and Education Services. Let's talk about this very interesting visa. Let's get to know more about the updates of all the skills for this 2022. Let's welcome the CEO of Way to Oz Migration and Education Services. Let's welcome Niti Hara. Yay! Hi, Niti. How's it going?
Hello. Oh, very good. Very good. Well, I'm excited. It's more than busy, I'm excited.
Everyone's watching today, and some of them may be watching as well the recorded because some of them are already working at this time. But let's rock and roll. Let's start the ball rolling right now. Niti, take it away. Let's talk about the update on skilled visa migration 2022 from the 1st of July. That's our promise.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Yoo-hoo! As I said, I'm very, very excited. And the reason for that is we are getting exciting news almost every day from the current government. So last time, if you remember, Lee, last time I gave an update on the skilled visa that the total allocations that were announced by the department has, the total migration program remains same, 160, but there was a big jump in the skilled program level. So it went from 79,600 to 109,000. But interestingly, last week, there's a further update. And from 160,000 skilled migration level, now they've increased the quota to 195,000.
Wow, that's really
35,000 more. So clearly, Australia needs many skilled workers.
What are you waiting for?
Exactly. That is why I'm so excited. I mean, I know in past we've come across people, they've been waiting. It's a tough competition, higher points. But I think next at least 2 to 3 years or even more are going to be a golden years in the immigration. So Australia is open for the skilled migration program. It has increased the numbers. It has reduced, I would say, some of the eligibility criteria. Some states have, by the way, which we will talk in a moment. So yeah, it's an exciting news. So the allocations have been given to different states now. So Victoria has got the biggest allocation for 190 visa, which is 9,000. It's a huge number if we compare to last year. Then followed by New South Wales, which is some people know by Sydney, 7,160. But so all in all, for 190 visa, I'm going to look at the numbers. So guys, just excuse me when I'm looking at the numbers. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just giving you the exact numbers here. But the good news is that when the department made an announcement that the numbers are going from 160 to 195, which meant that the numbers also increased for state nomination visa. So from 20,000, state it'll be 31,000. For regional visas are increased from 25,000 to 34,000. So it's a huge, huge number.
That's
and
amazing. No,
It
number
is
of
amazing. It is
it's
amazing. And Lee, another great news is that now most of the states, almost every state, is now even open to offshore applicants.
oh
So you know
my
how
god.
for last 2 years it wasn't open and it was only the focus was onshore people. Now it's open
That's
to
right.
offshore.
This
So
is really
people,
exciting.
if you have skills, this is the time. This is the
Yes.
time.
Please keep in touch with us on Way to Oz Migration and Education Services so that you'll be guided accordingly anytime. We've got our website, www.waytooz.com. It will be shown in the banner later on. It will be running in front of you. But yes, Niti, whilst we're waiting for that, would you like to well, if you have other things to say apart from the number, the huge number of these opportunities, is there any like or updates on
I
what
would
are
just say,
popular
yeah,
jobs?
I just want to emphasize, given it is now open for offshore applicants,
Mhm.
people who have got skills, engineers, in fact, in all the occupations, they've got it open. If you have skills, number of years of experience, if you've got the right skills, this is the time to look for it. So don't go by what used to happen in past, because I know last 3 4 years have been really tough under previous government for the from especially from an immigration point of view. But I see next couple of years, and that's why I call it as a golden years in the immigration history. So this is the time.
Yes. And what are you waiting for, guys? If you have lots of questions right now, please, you can visit www.motivation.com and also not motivation.com, waytooz.com. What I'm saying right now, waytooz.com. And of course, we've got a Facebook page, which is running in front of your screen right now. You can follow Way to Oz on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook page, and the website again, www.waytooz.com. All right. Niti, I know you have lots of things to say right now because, this is really an exciting year.
It
From the
is
1st of
exciting.
July, all the updates for skilled visa migration. What are those popular or what are the updates on the skills list right now?
So skill list, as I said, most of them have opened it to almost everyone. To give you a perspective
Just an
here,
example. Yeah.
just an example, yes, as per media release, as per the focus, they're still saying it's more of a health sector,
I'll say.
engineers, teachers. That's a key focus. But the reality is that there's a skill shortage in almost every area. To give a perspective, until last financial year, for example, one of the state, Victoria, said we need people who are only working in a certain target sectors, or those who have got STEM skills. That means engineers, management, science skills. But this year they're saying, as long as you're working in Victoria, we are open. We are happy to nominate you. So they are giving nominations. So that itself tells that the demand the states have, the department has for the skilled workforce. So things have changed, as I said, but certainly engineers, health sector workers, whether it's nurses or disabilities or care workers, um, or a teaching line, it's almost open everywhere.
That is really good. That is really good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people right now from different parts of the world would love to experience the beauty of down under
Yeah,
Australia.
one
That
message. Yeah, absolutely. And late to do that, I would recommend anyone who is aspiring to come to Australia, and is thinking about it, at least should have got their skills assessment and English sorted before they can apply, because that's an absolutely bare minimum to start with the visa process. So you never know. As I said, I mean, I come across people who are saying, oh, I've just got, will I get in 65, 70 points, 80 points? You may. I had invites for offshore university lecturers, 65 points, which is bare minimum, the eligibility.
is good. It's lower
That's
than
really
nursing,
great.
right? Nursing is 8, isn't it, right?
Yeah, we,
7
we
max
used to, we
or
used
8.
to recommend any applicants, oh, you should be sitting at 80 or 90 or 100 to get an invite. But I've seen invites at 65 points even for offshore applicants. in certain
That's
occupations, of course, but yeah,
I hope you've heard it, guys, offshore, so outside of the country of Australia. So even like obviously
absolutely.
there's an English test that you can take IELTS or PTE,
PT,
if
yeah.
that's something like that. So if you don't know what you're doing, please keep in touch with us and Way to Oz Migration and Education Services. In front of you, running in front of you, it's just there. You can reach out to Way to Oz through Niti. Okay. Niti, is there anything else or are there anything else that you want to update everyone about this skills
I
visa
yes,
migration?
yes, may not be related to skill at students, but lead to skill. So just something, another exciting news that came day before yesterday was that some students, international students, working in certain, studying in certain sectors may be eligible to, you know how after bachelor's people get 2-year visa, work visa, temporary
Yes.
graduate visa, they'll be able to get 4 years. Those who have done masters, they might be able to get from 3, that will be extended to 5 years.
Wow.
And for PhD, it might be extended to 6 years. So that's another great news. But which sectors, the details have still to come out. But that's
That's right.
again a great news for the international students.
I'm having goosebumps right now. Like my heart is so full and
It
excited.
is. That's
All
why.
our,
That's why I'm so excited.
migrant people who wanted to, and the possible migrant people here in Australia who wants to explore this
Correct.
country and, enjoy every opportunity that they can have in this country. You know what, guys? You'll
Absolutely.
never regret it. There's so many things that you can do in Australia, a lot of big opportunities, okay? Not just the
Correct.
food or anything like that, but jobs, professions, anything, like again, skills, and even any other visa. So Way to Us is very well versed on this one, especially Niti. And someone's saying here, Niti, that Muhammad Usman, hello, thank you so much for watching. He said Niti is very good at what she's doing, very professional. Of course, Niti
Thank you.
is the best.
Thank you.
Very important to know, and she knows how to help you and guide you even if you think it's very complicated. It's very important. I think we've lost Niti somewhere. She'll be right back, hopefully, Niti, wherever you are. But anyways, guys, whilst waiting, don't forget to make sure that you follow waytooz.com on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, and of course, Facebook page. And the website is www.waytooz.com. And she's back. She's back.
Okay.
Hi, Niti. That's okay. That's what happens when it's live, and it's good. Now, Niti, there's a question here from Lalani. Okay, thank you, Lalani, for watching. Now, if and only if she's going to apply, or maybe a friend and a friend network of friends is going to apply for skilled visa migration, because she has missed our podcast last year. Okay, and since this is an update, what are the two? Is there any like steps, process in applying for skilled visa? And of course, to elaborate this more, you have to book a consultation with Way to Oz Migration and Education Services. But Niti, would you like to take note of
Yeah.
that one? What are the
Yep.
process, please?
Sure, sure. It's just a generic advice on how it works, what the process is. So, skilled visa is there are 3 different types of skilled visas. And the first one is you are qualified, you have an experience in a certain, you have got a certain skill, and depending upon that skill, if it is in great demand, we've got 2 different types of lists that the department has identified, which one is medium and long-term strategic skill list, and another one is a short-term skilled list. So if your occupation is in MLTSL, which is medium and long-term strategic skilled occupation list, that means that is in a great demand. The country really needs those skills. So you can apply for those visas independently as long as you have gathered 65 points, because it's a points tested visas. All the skilled visas are point tested visa. So you must be able to obtain minimum of 65 points. And then there is, so this one is called subclass 189, and that leads to the PR directly. Then there are other 2, which is state nominated visa and the skilled regional visa. So 190 and 491 respectively. 190, subclass 190 is a direct PR, and where state says, for example, a particular state says, I really need these people in my state to contribute to the economy. So they nominate you based on your skills, your experience, and they may have another eligibility criteria. And they give you 5 points for nominating you. That's again a PR. However, skilled regional visa, which is a subclass 491, and this is predominantly states saying, help us grow our regional areas. So if you're contributing to the economy of the regional area, you're working, you may be eligible for subclass 491. You initially get, it's a TR, you initially get temporary residency for first 5 years. You have to live and work in the regional area of Australia for at least 3 years, and then you can apply for the permanent residency. It's like a step up process. So these are the 3 different types of skilled visas. Now, I have been saying that it's a point-tested visa, so obviously you all need to meet those minimum 65 points. However, before that, you also need to nominate an occupation, which means, now, how do you nominate an occupation? You need to get your skills assessed by a certain assessing authority for nominating an occupation. Now, that's based on your skills, on your experience, on your qualification. And there are many assessing authorities depending upon the occupation you're choosing. So, for example, if it's a marketing specialist, it's a vet assess who assess. So they will go through your profile, they will assess your employment, they will assess your qualifications, say, yes, you've been doing job of marketing specialist, you are positively assessed as a marketing specialist. Similarly, for engineers, we've got Engineers Australia. So that's why I'll repeat when I said before, you must always have your skills assessment done, and you should be able to meeting minimum point test, which is 65, to be eligible to apply for any skilled visa.
Mm-hmm. Good, good. Thank you. Very well said. Thank you so much for that, of course. Only from the best, very well versed, CEO of Way to Oz Migration and Education Services. So once again, there's so many numbers and words there that Niti has mentioned a while ago. You might be feeling like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed with a lot of information. Don't worry, you can reach out to us. Once again, it's just in front of your screen, so that we can also book. You can book a consultation, and we can guide you through as well. Niti can guide you through everything that you need when it comes to skilled visa migration application. And Niti, I've got a few questions here. One is from Gigi and one is for Lala. The first one is that for the experience in general for skilled visa migration, the minimum experience must be 2 years or 3 years, regardless of the occupation, whether it's health sector, teaching, lecturer, anything like that.
It depends upon the assessing authority, Lee. So most of the occupations which are assessed by vet assess, you need minimum of 1 experience, because they just don't assess you for having that skill as positive unless you have got a 1-year experience. So your qualification plus 1-year experience. For computing, mostly for overseas qualified computer graduates, they need at least 2 years of experience. For others, may be required, may not be. It depends upon the assessing authority.
I see. Thank you so much for that, Niti. Thanks for the heads up. And again, you can consult through Way to Us Migration and Education Services, just right in front of your screen where you can reach us. Now, there's another one from Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Thank you so much for watching. What if my skill is different from what I wanted to apply? So, for example, I will learn a skill here in the Philippines. This is PH, I presume this is Philippines, like joining a training as a cook or barista. Hang on, let me just cook or barista. I can't read it now. So I can apply for Australia. I hope you got that, Niti. I put it on in front of
Yep, I got it. I think what she's trying to say is that now she's starting training as a cook or barista so that she could apply for Australia, because Australia's got a great demand for chefs and cooks. Great idea, but to get your skills assessed, Now, depending upon you've got a formal qualifications in as in the cookery or hospitality industry, you may still require 3 to 5 years of experience before you can apply as a chef or cook, because chef or cook is assessed by TRA, Trade Recognition of Australia, and they've got a certain criteria that if you have a formal qualifications, you need X amount of experience. If you don't have a formal qualification, you need Y amount of experience. So which can range from 3 to 5 years.
I see. Thank you for that. And Gigi, I hope that helps as well. And for more information, please keep in touch with us, Gigi. Thank you so much. Now, basically, there are two stages, Niti, isn't it? And when it comes to skilled visa
Yeah, you could
migration
say
visa,
that. You could say that. Yeah, for skilled independent, there are two stages. For skilled nominated, which is we are depending upon a state, I call it as a 3 stages. The reason
okay,
is with an independent, because you're not dependent upon a state. However, you still need the skills assessment, which is a stage 1. And then when you apply, when you get an invitation to apply for the visa, that's stage 2. And finally, as an outcome of that visa, you get the grant of PR.
I see.
However, with the state nominated, I would say there are 3 steps. Again, you need the skills assessment, which I said before. The second part to it is you put an expression of interest or registration of interest to the state if you meet the eligibility criteria for that state. The state assess your application and they will nominate you if they find that that's what, they find you competitive and that's what they're looking for, and they're ready to nominate you. So that's the second outcome. And then they give you, and the third is then you get an invitation to apply for the visa. So there's a
I see.
3 stage when the state is involved. If you're applying under 189 category, which is an independent category, then there are 2 stages, skills assessment and then visa
Yeah.
or
And
expression of interest visa.
thank you for that, Niti. And obviously, with the cost of that varies because they're different skills, obviously. So, for more
Correct.
information about costing as well, you can keep in touch with Way to Us Migration and Education Services. Now, thank you so much for watching Nitin Paul. Thank you so much. And there's another question here about the requirements for the first kind of stage, the skills assessment stage. It's like a checklist, something like that. I was asking here that first you've mentioned about the English test, right? And obviously the documents. So the documents read a transcript of records as well. Is that right? Or would you mind if you could let them know what are the possible requirements? You can give an example, for example, or a general
Requirements for
or
requirements for skills assessment.
yeah, for
Yep.
skills assessment.
Okay. For skills assessment. Again, as I said, it will depend upon the assessing authority, but in general, in common, what they are looking for is the basic documentation is, other than your identity document, they'll be looking for a qualification document, so your academic transcripts, your degree certificates, your experience, so employment reference letter, your pay slips. They also need, in addition to the pay slips, in most of the cases, they need at least 1 or 2 type of additional payment advice. Now, that could be your official documents in your home country. It could be like your tax documents or your bank statements. So these are the very basic minimal documentation that's required. Now, again, it will vary from different assessing authority to assessing authority. But this is, in general, most of the assessing authority would require.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Very well said. And how long would be the processing, like estimate or approximately for? I know they're different. It varies with their different
Yeah,
skills, but
some of them,
let's
yeah,
hear it.
it varies. In general, what I've seen is across all the assessing authorities, I've seen 6 to 8 weeks. However, some of the assessing authorities have got something called priority processing. You can fast track, and they try to then give you an outcome within 10 days or 20 days. Of course, they charge you additional for that.
Yes.
But yes, some of them do provide. They do have those provisions. Others do not have it all.
Okay. All right. Lovely. And now, Lana, thank you for that, Niti. Lana is just asking as well, um, if and only if she's working for a different job, which is not really part of her skills, because it wasn't on the list before. And now in 2022, it's now on the list because it upgrades and updates more often,
Yep.
right? Yearly or
Yep.
monthly, something like that. Now she's working in a different kind of job, but can she apply? She's onshore already. Can she apply on the skills on her skills from where she came from, with a 6 years of experience? For example, she's an engineer, but she's doing other things right now, which is still a very good job. But can she apply, transition from this
Maybe in this particular case, especially for an onshore, I'm talking about. If it would have been offshore, I would have said the skill assessment would be a challenge, right? If got only a couple of months. However, with onshore, depending upon what if she studied here, she may be able to get the skills assessment done. And even if she's not working, again, depending upon the state requirements, for example, that's what Victoria is doing. Victoria is saying, as long as you are in Victoria, you are doing a skill level 1 or 2, even if you're not working in your nominated occupation, we are happy to nominate you. So if she falls into one of those categories, then yes, she can. So I don't know about, this is again very general advice. I don't know where she's at, what she's studied. So
Mhm.
she'll have to book a session with us to understand. But in
I
general,
see.
she may be.
Oh, good job for there. Lana, very exciting, yeah. So don't forget to keep in touch with the Way to Oz Migration and Education Services. You know where to keep in touch on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, and Facebook page, Way to Oz. Thank you, Niti. Are there anything else that you want to update everyone globally regarding the skilled migration visa application? We've talked about the kind of the different stages the process of it, and also there's another question here. Hang on. Paul is asking, where can they find the occupational list that is actually updated? Which website,
That's
if you
That's
update?
on Department of Home Affairs website. There are lists by each subclass or each visa type, and you can see all the occupations under it.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Once again, guys, don't forget, check it out. You'll never know that one of your, expertise will be on the list already, or whatever you're doing right now, you're already experienced. So please get in touch with us. Anything else, Niti? Everyone's excited about the skills
Well,
visa
yeah,
migration.
absolutely. And as I said, this is the time. I see sometimes people are just thinking. Now is the time to act. That's what my message is today. Because we don't know what's going to happen in next 3 years' time, right? So this is the time to act. No more thinking. That's what my message today.
Thank you. And never, never, ever missed any opportunity, guys, because you know what? Opportunity only knocks once or twice. So make sure, if this is the right chance, and if you're not yet sure where to go, and you will need to be guided as well. Niti Hara was very much, well versed into different kinds of visa. And of course, first stop, skilled migration visa. Please reach out to Way to Oz. If you can't find it, you can reach out to me on Motivationally YouTube channel and even on my Facebook page. Don't forget that. I'll always be here to support you. And Niti, before we wrap this up, anything else that you have forgotten to share to everyone globally?
Not
No?
really, Lee. I can think of. I
Not
know
everything.
there are updates almost every day, so I think we'll try to bring another session soon with key updates.
That's right. And maybe we can also talk about work visa. Like
Absolutely.
for visa, so we can do that, then student visa, whatever. But stay tuned, guys. This is just the first step, the first beginning, the very beginning of a better future for each one of you. So please stay tuned on Motivationally, and of course, this is also simulcasted on Way to Oz Migration Facebook page. Yay! Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching and for keeping us company. And before I forget, Niti, I would like also to invite everyone, for those who have just tuned in, to please visit my website, www.motivationally.com. Check out all my services, guys. I'm a life coach as well, a success coach, a wellness coach, and a direction coach. I'm a team building facilitator as well, professional host globally, whatever the events, corporate and non-corporate. I also do personal and professional development, corporate and non-corporate as well, or even voluntary organization. Please, again, reach out to my website, www.motivationally.com. And once again, before we go, I would like to ask you also to please follow me on my, not just on YouTube channel, but also Instagram and my YouTube and my Facebook page, Motivationally, Twitter and WhatsApp as well. There's so many social medias these days. But any social medias, TikTok as well. I've started already. Oh my goodness. I'm learning one thing at a time. Why not? Enjoying it. But once again, this channel, guys, has been created to inspire, motivate, and create an impact. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Niti, once again, as I've always mentioned, namaste. You are
Namaste.
brilliant. Yes, you are
Thank
brilliant
you.
at what you do, and thank you so much for trusting motivationally to partner with you as when it comes to telling the whole world what they can do here in Australia. So once again, guys, what else you are waiting for? Please keep in touch with waytooz.com, www.waytooz.com. All right, thank you so much, Niti. Have a great day, everyone. Yay! This is it. Bye, Niti. Take care. See you, everyone.